Here's the kicker, Harrison Butker, ready to get this one started. And we are underway from Arrowhead. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. First and 10, it's Jackson. It's brought in complete. It's John Brown. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. An excellent pickup. But 34 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for first and 10. Detroit! Detroit! The first carry here for Ty Montgomery. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. Second down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
On second down, Jackson. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked off here by Anthony Hitchens. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up first and 10 at about the 32. So after the INT, here's Mahomes. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way down to the 24-yard line. Mahomes finding Hill for a big play. 43 yards. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for first and 10. They'll run it now. This is Charcandrick West. And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter one. Play action. Now it's Mahomes. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up third.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Mahomes going to throw. To the right side, it's Kelsey. And down inside the 15 he goes. First catch for him. It's good for a dozen and a first down. A first trip to the red zone for KC. They have a 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line. They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. The former Charger All-Pro Eric Weddle on the stop. Obviously, the Kansas City backfield very unsettled, but they might have something in Damian Williams.
I think that they do, and I thought he was a quality back when he was in Miami. And in his last game, 123 yards from scrimmage, 2 touchdowns in the loss to the Chargers in Week 15. But he definitely showed something in that game that keeps Kansas City feeling optimistic about their backfield, and they're still hoping to get Spencer Ware back from injury.
This will be caught just inside the 10. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. 9 yards on the play there, and it sets him up 1st and goal. They'll run it with Williams. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
He's going to get it running right. And they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is a time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
Here's Mahomes, 3rd and goal. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Eric Weddle. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. I do want to take this time to mention that the next few months, very big in the competitive Madden Championship Series. A few weeks ago, we saw Skimbo go back-to-back.
That's right, back-to-back, 2nd straight year.
You're fired up. And then next up, the Madden Challenge, and it's a $190,000 prize pool, and the ladders to qualify for that tournament now available in MUT draft mode. Exciting things. By the way, you have a gamer tag, Charlie?
No, I do not have a gamer tag. You must be a good player in order to earn a moniker.
A good pickup there, a 22.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. They'll throw on 1st down with Jackson. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. And a nice gain at 21 yards.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
On 2nd down, here's Jackson. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore 1st down. The last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced a ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off, and go. Don't make something worse than what it was.
Caught by Snead over the middle. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And it'll be a 2nd and long. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Now Jackson on second down. His throw caught right around the 6. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. John Brown, 27 yards. And the Ravens are in for 6. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Well, for the Kansas City Chiefs, as their offense takes the field again, the road to a first-round bye in the #1 overall seed, that hit a big speed bump week 15 with that 1-point loss to the Chargers, CD.
Yeah, it certainly did. It set the playoff picture on its ear, didn't it? I mean, when you think about it now, we kind of had Kansas City locked in as the #1 seed, but we'll have to see how it all plays. But here's the bottom line, though. It doesn't matter to me where Kansas City plays, whether at Arrowhead or they go on the road. That offense, it can travel with Patrick Mahomes at the controls. Steps away to his left, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Tim Williams leading the surge there. He drops him for a loss of 6. Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon. Mahomes now to throw, eluding the pressure right. Now he'll let it go deep, and he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Tony Jefferson, and he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. Okay, it's real simple to say from here, but we know that sometimes as a quarterback, you've got to know when to say when and just throw it away. Flushed out to the right, tries to make something out of nothing here, and he winds up floating one downfield that gets intercepted. They go play action here on first down. He's set, and now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off inside the 10, and he's going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football. On target over the middle to Hill. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing. And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance. And he did. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play. This is complete to Watkins on the slant. Mahomes to the former Rams, Sammy Watkins, for the Kansas City first. That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Throwing on first down is Mahomes. And going deep for Hill. This is caught by Hill for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 38 yards. And the Chiefs are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Harrison Butker is on for the extra point. Point after, right down the middle. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away.
This is taken at the 3. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Baltimore's offense coming back onto the field. And for the Ravens, Charles, it's really no question that the season sort of changed when Lamar Jackson was put in at quarterback. He ran off 4 wins in his first 5 starts. The only loss in that stretch, overtime at Kansas City. And he really gave him life, didn't he?
He certainly did. And give credit to the Baltimore Ravens staff, led by head coach John Harbaugh, to not only make the change, but institute the type of offense that would give him a chance to be successful. Heavy run-based, him being a full part of the run game, and it has confounded defenses around the league so far. Is it sustainable? That's a question for another day. For right now, he's got a chance to run them into the playoffs.
Throwing now, Jackson on first down. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Right up to that point, I was about to say he's had a pretty good half catching the football, but let's just be honest about it. He should have caught that one.
And he knows that. That was one right in his breadbasket and one he normally catches. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Jackson to throw again. Trying to improvise. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 12 yards the pick up there. Good for a Raven first. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Jackson on first down. Wide open receiver complete. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. So a touchdown apiece. That's what we have to show at halftime as they head to the locker room. 7-7 our score. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, set and ready to go for the second half. 1 touchdown apiece. 7-7 our score. This one taken from the 7. And he is out of bounds as they'll start up past the 30. Here comes the Chiefs offensive unit as they'll have it to begin quarter number 3. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Mahomes. He's going to look deep down the field. That's caught inside the 20. And they're going to have this in a great spot way down in Baltimore territory. A nice job there, Charles. They picked up the blitz, were able to complete the pass.
That had the total feel of a quarterback in control. Red blitz, got him into the right protection scheme, so he doesn't get hit back there. He's got a chance to step up with supreme confidence and deliver it downfield for a nice completion.
And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Now Mahomes throwing on 2nd down, setting up the screen for West. And they go the wrong way here, knocked back to the 20. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. 3rd and 15 here after the 1st and 2nd down plays went in the wrong direction. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And this is caught by Watkins. Touchdown, Kansas City. Sammy Watkins, a 20. And the Chiefs are in for 6. Butker on for the PAT. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7. Butker now to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Ravens offense getting ready now for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
A really nice gain of 25 yards. From midfield now, here's Jackson. And now he'll tuck it and run. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those 2 that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you. Jackson on first down. Over the middle, complete. It's Andrews. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. From the gun, it's Jackson. Escaping, nowhere to go here. He lost the football, but it looked like a Raven was able to get in there, and they will indeed keep the possession.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
They still can't get him. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. Allen Bailey in there to drop him for a loss on the play.
Second goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football. Had to eat it and ended up on the ground.
So it's 3rd and goal now, and this is where the Arrowhead crowd can make it very tough. We're back now in KC. It's the Ravens with possession of the football, but trailing on the big board as we get set for the 4th. So it's 3rd and goal now, and this is where the Arrowhead crowd can make it very tough. From the gun, Jackson. And this is going to be intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Brandon, offensively, this has been a tough day for them. Trying to find a place to throw the football. It's been extremely difficult. I've got to give a lot of credit to the secondary, especially the corners who've had the receivers on lockdown.
This is West. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
On second down, here's Mahomes. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up third.
You got to give some credit. They're able to hop up in the air and bat that one away. And that's frustrating for an offensive lineman because the only recourse is when he goes in the air to try and give him some type of a pop or a shove, hoping to bring his arms down.
The Chiefs on third down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 14. Working from the gun, Mahomes. And this is caught. That's Watkins. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. A big third down conversion with a gain of 28.
Black 58 rail. Black 58 rail. 3 down.
And the play clock about to expire. Andy Reid notices it and takes a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. They'll run it now out of the gun. And an alley to run. Down the numbers. There he goes. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Damian Williams, 56 yards. And the Chiefs are able to grow their lead. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
This is taken at his 4. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, oh, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, and what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence?
That's caught inside the 20. A big play that time for the Ravens. 57 yards. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Michael Crabtree, an 11-yard touchdown. And the Ravens draw a bit closer. So they get the score, partner. Game's not over, but they still need some help here.
Agreed. They definitely need some help, but they took care of the first part by scoring themselves.
Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Chiefs offense, they get ready to head on the field. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays, they're going to gain yardage.
Kendrick West, and he takes it down deep into enemy territory. A huge play there on the screen pass. 71 yards. Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. We'll see Kelsey in the slot to the left. They'll try and run. This is Williams. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Only a yard that time. 2nd and goal. They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. He's going to get it running right. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. A big play to start the drive got him in this position, but this defense has held firm since, and now it's 3rd and goal. They'll run again here with West. And he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively. And Butker able to put this one through. And that will extend their lead even further. A big one there. That gives them a little cushion and makes it a 2-score game.
Yeah, bled a little time off the clock, put some points on the board. It's not totally out of reach yet, but it has to feel pretty good to them right now because as a defender, you go out on the field and say, guess what? You can put some points on the board, but that won't beat us.
And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, they'll start this drive at about the 37-yard line. The Ravens offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Jackson to throw. And the Chiefs are going to get him. Justin Houston in there to drop him as the clock continues to roll.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off around the 27, and he'll bring it all the way back just a yard or two shy of midfield. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman.
Oh, yeah,
then
right.
with the Eagles.
That's right. It's then with the Eagles, and I believe it's against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They'll run it with West. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 3rd and 1. Let's take the knee there.
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college and have done in the NFL. The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. They'll go for it. It's Mahomes. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Chiefs add on to their lead. So a little icing on the cake there before the clock hits all zeros.
What a way to finish things off. Exactly what you want. Not much time and a touchdown to put things away.
Butker now to kick this one away. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men.
Yeah. I like when birds come in. Sounds like I see seats in there. Hey, I'm on your turf again. This, that. You from the back of the. I got a girl, Brad. She go to battle. LED logo the tag. I go in back of the. They all from that. My diamonds, they all look at. This, that. I go to bed on bed. I got the beam on the flats. I got it in the back. Haters, they talk the chat. They step on the rock, don't man. I'm a cave back. 400K. I found out where you lay at. And they hate cats. Pockets stay fat. I got the from the block and they scamming, they know what banks at. I got the work on the avenue, they know what tanks at. I got the live in the mansion, they know what that. I got some that's up in the jungle, they know what that. I came on top of the building, yeah, we had a plan. We came on top of the building, yeah, we never ran. Down there, thought that I had a fan. Oh, hey, any 10 o'clock, got a flight out, yeah, I'm going back out to Japan. I got 2 Billy truck and a bitch door with a land. Bruce Wayne, I'm Batman. Batman, I'm best man. I got my best man. I got my. I go to hotels when I step out, yeah, your boy got a doorman. I go to nightclubs for the. Yeah, they call me the madman. I ain't no madman. I just go crazy, man.
From the site that many call the loudest in the NFL, we are inside Arrowhead Stadium here in Kansas City. The scene just a few moments ago, predictably loud and raucous here at Arrowhead as their beloved Chiefs took field, and they are set to match up with Russell Wilson and the Seattle Seahawks. The big left foot of Sebastian Janikowski ready to get us started. And into a sea of red, we're underway in Kansas City. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Mahomes now on first down. And this one caught by Travis Kelce. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
On first down, Mahomes. And going deep for Hill. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Now it's Mahomes again. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Cam Chancellor with a big-time sack on 3rd down. And it'll be a loss of 7. On 4th down on is Dustin Colquitt to kick this away. Back deep, the dangerous Tyler Lockett. This is taken at the 23. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at the 40. Gun. Here's Wilson. Baldwin with it over the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
I don't care how many times you tell the story, it never loses its luster for me. Doug Baldwin, undrafted out of Stanford, and plays like a #1 receiver should in the NFL. I don't care how you cover him. I don't care that his size isn't great. He's the one that typically comes up with the football.
Absolutely. His roots go all the way back to Gulf Breeze, Florida, where he's from, right on the water near Pensacola, and then, of course, to Stanford, and, boy, he's been good. This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson, and he'll take this one down to the 36. The All-Pro Justin Houston in on the tackle.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On second down, here's Wilson fighting his safety lead, and he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. They'll give him 8 on the play, and that is going to set up a 3rd and 1. Now a toss play. It's Carson, and he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. Now here's a defensive timeout called by the Chiefs. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. It's a 47-yard field goal try from here, but instead they're going to opt to go for it on 4th down. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. Jumpy on the right side of the line.
Sometimes when you're on the end, a little bit farther away from the ball, any type of movement will get you to jump, and that's exactly what happened there.
So 1st and 10 after a big mistake on 4th down with a penalty. Now Wilson. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Baldwin. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it, they love it, because now everyone gets locked in. The confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way, they're looking at the sideline thinking to themselves and expressing, let's keep throwing it. We're doing pretty well.
Now Wilson on second down. And this is caught at the 8. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. First catch for him. It's good for a dozen and a first down. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. So as they take it over, we step aside. An inaugural trip to the red zone here for the Seahawks. This is 1st and goal from about the 8. Here's Carson. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. A nice pickup of 6 there to get him closer to the end zone, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. They'll try to run with Carson. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. Alongside my broadcast partner, Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin hits the Seahawks with a football to begin quarter number 2. And they'll come up looking to keep this drive moving. So it's 3rd and goal now, and this is where the Arrowhead crowd can make it very tough. Wilson. And this is going to be incomplete.
And that's a crusher right there. Had his man open for a first down, threw a fastball when that wasn't necessary. Incomplete pass. When are these quarterbacks going to learn? You don't get extra points for how hard you throw the football.
And Janikowski bangs it through, and the Seahawks grab a 3-0 lead. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone?
He's got daylight. The 40, 20, 10, and all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. In for the score. And the Chiefs are in for 6. I know a lot of special teams coaches, they just want to keep it away from him because that's what he can do.
And others have egos that their players can't keep up with. And they say, challenge him, kick it to him. The way he runs as fast as he is, I do everything possible to keep it away.
He is just a blur when he gets a full head of steam, and he got a full head of steam there. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. That's fielded in the end zone. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. Well, Charles, the Seattle Seahawks, they were 8-5 going into a Week 15 game against the 49ers, a team that they had beaten 10 straight times, and then they lose that game surprisingly 26-23. And as they tried to carry momentum toward the playoffs, I was surprised at that outcome.
I was beyond surprised. I thought that game was pretty much a lock because of the momentum Seattle was bringing in, the level of play that they were bringing, and you're taking on a team in San Francisco who's on their third quarterback. Although that young man, Nick Mullins, has acquitted himself quite well. But now, Seattle's got to sweat it out a little bit. The last couple weeks of the season, trying to get one of the 2 remaining wildcard spots, they've got Kansas City in a primetime game before they end up in their last game of the season. So look out for Seattle, but at the same time, they've got some work to do.
2nd and 10 now from the 27. Second and 10 now, Wilson. He hits Baldwin right side. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. And they'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. Well, throw on first down with Wilson. Over the middle, complete. That's Baldwin. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage, because man coverage, you're typically running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. So that'll back him up 5. On 2nd down, Wilson. Flush to his right. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. D. Ford able able to get in there and drop him behind the line.
14, 14.
The Seahawks on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 17.
14, 14,
From the gun, it's Wilson. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess.
Tempo, baby, let's go. Let's go to work. Come on. Gun, gun, gun. What? Booker T. Got it, got it. 18, 18.
They'll indeed go for it with Wilson. That's caught at the 25. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward.
Tempo, baby, let's go. Let's go to work. Come on. Shotgun. 18, 18. Front left, front left.
From the red zone now, here's Wilson on 1st down. That is caught at the 7th. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Ed Dickson from 19 yards away. And the Seahawks are able to strike for 6. Janikowski good with the extra point. And the lead is now 10-7. Out to kick is Janikowski. This is fielded at the goal line. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. And now here comes Kansas City. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
Slow, slow, slow. Zing, 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 zing. Zing, 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 zing.
Throwing on 1st down is Mahomes. And going deep for Hill. So they took a shot on 1st down, but couldn't connect.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They come after them, they've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. And going deep for Hill. This is caught inside the 15. A big play there just before halftime. 58 yards.
That's a big-time pitch and catch right there. And, partner, I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this. They were holding their breath. But nowadays, they're counting on their receiver to be just a little bit better than the defensive back when it's one-on-one and the ball's in the air like that.
On the toss, there goes Wentz. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Zing, 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 zing.
Now Mahomes throwing on 2nd down. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the all-pro free safety, Earl Thomas. He was looking for Watkins that time.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
Deeper, deeper. 14, 14. 12.
After the interception, here's Wilson. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down.
Really nice play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball, but for the guys on the offensive line, they're doing a nice job of trying to protect their passer. But when a guy hops in the air and goes airborne to try and knock one away, it's difficult because you can't reach out and grab him. That'll be a holding penalty. So all you're trying to do is make some type of a play on him, make some type of contact to try and get his arms out of the sky.
And he'll get this up to the 4 right about there, and that's about it. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these 2 teams as we come back for this second half. The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway. On the return, the All-Pro 2 years ago, Tyler Lockett. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Hawks get ready to trot out on the field. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it's a second down. This is Carson. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. Call it a gain of 4 there, so it sets up a big play here. 3rd and a yard. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he will have the first down as he gets this to the 47. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains. Wilson now 13 out of 17 throwing the ball. He's got a first down. Wilson. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off here by Anthony Hitchens. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
Well, some news that gave us a chuckle, and we could all use that around the holiday season. Josh Johnson, a great story. He was back home in Oakland when the Redskins called to see if he'd like to join him for the remainder of the season. So how did he get to know his new teammates? Well, what did he do? He turned to the Madden game, Charles.
Yeah, and that's how you learn who they are, right? Learn what they do, have some tendencies, get some ideas about their speed and what they do well and maybe what they don't do so well. And it really helped him acclimate and got himself a big victory in Week 15 against the Jacksonville Jaguars. How about the bloodline of Josh Johnson, though? Also related to Marshawn Lynch of the Oakland Raiders and Marcus Peters of the Los Angeles Rams.
Pretty good company.
Play action. Now it's Mahomes. He's going to float this one deep right side. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. And he took the contact as he was throwing it, and the ball drops incomplete.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball. And we see yet another errant throw as a result.
The offense staying out there. They look prepared to go here on 4th and 10.
They do go for it. It's Mahomes. Looking again for Watkins, and this time that's complete. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Sammy Watkins, 60 yards. And the Chiefs are in for 6. Big fourth down conversion for the score, and the defense, that is a tough pill to swallow.
Big time for them. How about them just deciding to go for it on fourth down? And, okay, forget the field goal, because that looked like an easy 3 points. Yeah, you might have had a defensive breakdown in there, but they pressed the issue and found a way to get it into the end zone. Give them big credit for that.
The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get them down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off.
Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. D. Ford in there to pick up his second sack now of the afternoon. 19. To throw on second down. Wilson. Looking for Baldwin, intercepted. Picked up by Reggie Ragland. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Here's West. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Defensively, the tackle by Cam Chancellor.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Check 26.
On the ground, it's West again. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. Earl Thomas in on the stop.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Well, they were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4. Throwing now is Mahomes. He is going to find Hill here. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. And the play goes for 19 yards. Gives him a new set of downs. Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
This will be caught just inside the 10. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. We're back now in KC. It's the Chiefs with the lead and the football here as we get set for quarter number 4. The Chiefs on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Just keeping the play alive. This will be caught at about the 6. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Travis Kelce from 8 yards out, and the Chiefs are able to grow their lead. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. Butker now to kick this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. As Seattle now ready to march out of the field. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. It got his man complete. And they finally do get him, but not before he reaches the 27. A big play that time for the Seahawks. 43 yards. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Carson. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
On 3rd down, Wilson. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. It's the sack master, Justin Houston, who comes up with it.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 24. The drive begins with a handoff to West. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. On 2nd down, here's Mahomes. Flushed out right. He's got a man complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That one goes for 36 yards. Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Now West. And he's going to take it down to about the 35 here. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. They run a draw here on 2nd down. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. The Chiefs on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. To throw, it's Mahomes. He's going to fire this thing deep right. And this is caught inside the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a deep.
And he is in. Touchdown, Kansas City.